Good day all, my name is Martin Hofler and I undertook my first placement with our new at Deutschland and the Center for Sustainable Corporate Leadership in Germany. My second placement was with PepsiCo in Dallas, Texas, and my final placement was with the Dairy Sustainability Framework, working with their global dairy member base. In this presentation, I'll speak about how you, the Irish food and drink industry, can gain a competitive advantage by collaborating with the leading global companies in developing your own agendas and supporting their own sustainability agendas. Right across the global food and drink industry, companies are developing their own sustainability plans, strategies, and agendas to meet the environmental and social challenges that they're facing across their supply chain. However, as they look to meet these challenges, they're seeing that they're entirely reliant on their suppliers to address these challenges and to meet these targets. This provides an ideal opportunity for Irish food and drink industry to be the supplier of choice, to produce the sustainable food and drink ingredients and the products to help them achieve their sustainability targets. Globally, the food and drink industry buys hundreds of millions, if not trillions, of raw agricultural materials and products each year, and we can try and capture this. So in this slide, I'll give you the insights or issues I identified while working with a range of different companies, from retailers to FMCGs to food service companies. I'll also provide my insights on what I learned and how they are addressing the sustainability challenges. And from that, I'll detail what are the competitive advantage for Ireland, Origin Green, and how we can progress this onwards. So in one of my placements, I worked quite closely with a retailer in the Center for Sustainable Corporate Leadership in Germany. And the retailer, like many other retailers, was looking to increase the percentage of sustainably sourced ingredients within their supply chain. Their approach was typical in that they were using certification labels and they were generally ad hoc, making their own sustainability sourcing targets. Through this, they were finding it very hard to manage the different labels they were using and the different independent certification labels that across the supply chain that they were using in-house, and that they were finding that sometimes they might be addressing fair pay within a fair trade label, but they weren't looking after the environmental implications. And key stakeholder groups were identifying that maybe their sustainability isn't holistic, that it isn't true sustainability, looking at the economic, environmental, and social costs. So retailers are in a hard place at the moment. They're trying to develop their own sourcing guidelines and using labels, but that's creating a large number of challenges for them. They realize if they're going to embrace true sustainability, it must be simpler for them to use in-house and be more transparent to stakeholders, showing that sustainability is being covered across environmental, social, and economic areas. Fortunately, through Origin Green, we have a robust structure through the Origin Green Charter, where we look at manufacturing processes, social sustainability, and raw material sourcing. And across these areas, we cover the full spectrum of what sustainability looks like for these key retailers. With over 500 plus companies, we do offer the product categories that they're looking from artisanal chocolate to baked goods to dairy ingredients. And we can provide them as one-shop place to go and buy sustainably sourced ingredients. This might sound far-fetched to ask you all to come together and go into a retailer and say, right, I'm selling you dairy ingredients. Are you interested in buying baked goods as well? But I've seen this happen. While working in Germany with the Center for Sustainable Corporate Leadership, they have a similar structure to Origin Green, but they only have 40 members. And they partner with a large German retailer to be their one-stop shop for where they can get these key products. And when these products went into store, they saw multiple rise in sales of these products under a sustainability guise and under the sustainability approach. It resonated with consumers as one for Origin Green to think about. I also work with a food service company, and again, they're trying to increase the percentage of raw material sourcing that they're sourcing within their supply chain. It's a very difficult task because they source thousands of different raw agricultural materials and also finished products. And instead of going to the label approach or to using their own sourcing guidelines, they looked at independent verification, as they thought that might be the easiest approach when they're sourcing new products globally. However, they found with using the certification in every different company, country, and region, different certification bodies have different ways of checking to see whether the supply chain was transparent and whether their claims were credible. Again, unfortunately, through Origin Green, when you complete your Origin Green Charter, it's fully verified by SGS, and this is worldwide recognized as a credible certification body at an international level. And not just food service companies, but retailers also realize this. Again, in Germany, I witnessed where a supplier, a German retailer, was selling meat products in their meat counters, and they have a little small sign saying, "This meat is sustainability sourced." And they said why, and at the very bottom, it had the SGS logo, saying that these claims are credible and demonstrable. And GeoHall will have that available to you when you become fully verified Origin Green members. I've worked with a number of FMCG companies, and they're all looking to integrate sustainability into the products to build resonance with these millennials who want to see products who are socially just and have low environmental footprints. However, for FMCG companies, sustainability is not their strength, sales, marketing, and they're looking to build the sustainability knowledge in-house. They're doing this by looking to develop collaborative links with outside agencies, most notably the World Resource Institute, WWF. And they're looking to these companies to bring their insights into the company, to build a knowledge capital, and to increase their sustainability claims to be credible to consumers. Again, here in Ireland, through Origin Green, the national effort is very much collaborative. Not one of you can say that you developed your sustainability agenda on your own. You either work with Board BIA or you reached out to agencies like Repack, Food Cloud, Teagasc to develop these different partnerships. Companies want to see that you're reaching out, that you're not solely independent, that you're looking to collaborate with different agencies. Well, working with one FMCG company, they were looking to source from Ireland, not because of the high quality ingredients that you can purchase from Ireland, but the opportunity to work with Teagasc and to drive innovation that can be shared through their own supply chain and drive on more suppliers. And across all companies, no matter whether they're FMCG, food service, or retail, they're all looking for impact. Both Owen and David demonstrated how impact and continuous improvement is key to all companies across the supply chain. And for Ireland, again, we're very strong in this area. We collect sustainability data across the supply chain. We also can demonstrate past performance through our annual reporting through the Origin Green charters. Each year you can say we reduce emissions or reduce energy production by X amount, water by X amount. We're looking at raw risk materials. These are key things that suppliers are looking for, and we have the quantitative data to prove it. However, in saying that, suppliers or key companies are looking for more information going down the road. There's a move to absolute reductions in impact, science-based metrics as well to deliver impact. And these are conversations that need to be had within your company to see if you can deliver them. So now as I demonstrated the issues that companies are facing, some of the insights I gained, and some of the opportunities for Origin Green members, it's important to talk about how you deliver this for your own individual companies. I very much talked about the collective. However, groundwork must be done at the start. I know many of you have probably walked into procurement teams and you said, "Oh, we've got a great sustainability plan." They go, "Okay, that's great." And they move on to talk about price and sales. However, it can be a real leverage to driving more business, and I've seen it happen myself. One of the first things that you have to identify, and what David spoke about, is identifying what are the key areas of sustainability that are important to these companies. I've often been in FMCG companies and raw ingredient producers come in and give their pitch on sustainability. And they talk about the wonderful things that they're doing in sustainability across a plethora of areas. And they're great, but sustainability can sometimes be lost and bogged down in detail. And many of these large companies are focusing on one or two areas that they're really trying to drive impact and sustainability. So I suggest to you to identify these key areas. Look at them in their sustainability reports. Most importantly, look at them in their press releases. The press releases give a good indication of where the key areas that they're really trying to drive sustainability. And through your Origin Green Charter, identify similarities with their sustainability objectives, whether it's in the area of raw material sourcing, social sustainability, or manufacturing processes. So once you've understood where the companies are planning to go with their own sustainability agenda, then I suggest you to find the right people. I'm sure you've gone into procurement teams, and again, they probably said we're not that interested in sustainability. But that is changing. As companies are looking to build their sustainability agenda and strategies, they're hiring sustainability professionals across the supply chain, especially in sustainable sourcing and procurement. I've often given training to procurement teams about what sustainability means, and hands pop up and say, oh, there was a guy who rang me about this, or we've seen a presentation on that sustainability topic. We never knew it was relevant. And sometimes there might be a sustainable sourcing individual sitting in the room, and they lift off their chair and they're going, why are you making my job so hard? And these are key areas where they're really trying to drive sustainability, but you must find the right person. These individuals who have sustainable procurement roles, sustainable sourcing roles, have great leverage within the teams. It might not be in all the companies that you work with, but it gradually will be in the years to come. So you have to identify who these people are and invite them to the meetings. Some people say, oh, we'll contact a direct managing or sustainability director or manager, but these people are too focused on the strategy directions. These guys are at the front line trying to identify the best suppliers, and that's where you must target. Now, if you have existing client relationships, I don't say go over the head of the procurement teams, but have a conversation with the procurement teams. Is there somebody in your team who's really recently taken a new role in sustainable sourcing or procurement? It may sound simple, but once you open those doors, you get to have a genuine conversation with them, and they will listen to you about your sustainability progress. So once you've identified material subjects, identified the right people, then it's time to demonstrate how you can deliver a sustainability competitive advantage. Again, through Ireland, we collect great data and we have a great infrastructure in place. Through the certification and independent verification, we can credibly show that we are improving sustainability, and we must put that to the fore in easily understandable work packs. Also, we collect environmentally social data that you collect in your Origin Green charters. And it's so difficult for companies to get that information. So provide this easily understandable. So when the time comes that they ask for this information at annual report time, or when they're driving their 2025 targets, you can show that it is to hand and you can provide it, and you're not an extra hassle, or you're not a supplier that's not willing to cooperate. You are suppliers who are willing to cooperate, and you can deliver this. And also demonstrate collaborative partners to show that you're always looking to build your sustainability knowledge and share that onwards with the companies that you're doing business with. Sustainability always moves forward, and companies want to see their suppliers demonstrating how they're going to improve sustainability down the road. So demonstrate how you're going to put financial improvements into the area of sustainability going forwards. Sustainability is about the long term as well, and they want to see trust in the relationships. So I suggest inviting at the end point your CEO or a senior member of your team to talk about sustainability, to show that it is core to your business and that sustainability is rooted in what you're doing. And then finally, to put the cherry on the top, provide some marketing resources on how your sustainability campaign has progressed and how it works through your supply chain. These companies are buying your products because they're looking to differentiate themselves. They're looking to say that buying these products, they're much better in sustainability, and they're looking to drive resonance with the customers. So if you have videos, marketing materials, share them with the companies that you're working with to show that you can provide them with a real differentiator. So thank you for your time today.